Good morning, Monty. How are we doing today? Yeah. Let's give another round of applause for Zach on the piano. Okay, so the week ahead is character. Michael is on quotes based around community, and Mr. Kulkarni's advisory is on cleanup. Boys basketball versus Kimberton, and girls basketball versus Kimberton away. You'll dismiss at 2:30. Tuesday is Teddy Tools Chapel. Wednesday advisory is a special schedule for Lunar New Year's Chapel. No study hall. On advisory, you'll be working on SLCs and boys basketball versus benchmark away. You'll dismiss at 2:15. And Hill School versus JV home. On Friday, there's no school. Welcome. Let's welcome Mr. Anzano to the stage.
Thanks. All right. Hey, everyone. So this weekend, we had a math counts competition, or at least we attended one. And that's us at Math Counts. So how it started is you all take a test. All the kids get there, they take a test, and then they take a team test where they get to talk to each other. And then from there, you go to what's called the lightning round, where each school gets to nominate one student to go head-to-head with other students from other schools in single elimination in front of over 100 people with 3 judges, staring at you up on stage. And our contestant was John Fields, the team captain, and I am happy to say he got through the first round, which is a Montgomery school first. So, do we have that video? Oh, go ahead. Do we have that video, Mr. V? Okay, cool. So you'll see that tomorrow. I have some certificates here to hand out. And I'd like to say that I have a lot of respect for those of you who decided to do Math Counts. This is not something I would have done when I was your age. And to see so many of you from so many grades, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, all decide to do something competitive and possibly uncomfortable for you is pretty cool. So congrats to everyone, and I will call you up one at a time. So we will start with the team captain this year, and that is John Fields. Congrats, John. Well done. Jackson Scheuer. They spelled his name wrong the first time, so Jackson, I have 2 for you, yeah. 1 misspelled, 1 spelled correctly. Abby Anderson. No Abby? Okay. Brady Wang. Well done. Cole Conroy. Well done, Cole. Calvin Maxwell. Mara MacArthur. Archer Willis. It's all right. Doesn't matter. Vishal Thumala. Hopefully I pronounced that right. How'd I do, Vishal? Alex Betancourt. There you go, Alex. And me. I got one too. So thanks. All right.
So thank you to this group for giving your time on a Saturday.
Who's next? Malia again? Malia's next.
Good job, math counts. Now we're going to do our student-led conference demo on stage, and I'm going to be filling in for Abby since she's not here. Yeah.
Good morning. So we're here to demo a student-led conference, which is what we're working on in the next few weeks. And it's really fun. It's cool. It's something that is new, but I think it's so powerful. You have the opportunity to shine. This is your spotlight with your parents, with your advisor to showcase your work. So you want to pick work that you're really proud of, that you put a lot of effort into. And then also the chance to figure out like, okay, I wasn't successful on this first assignment or maybe on this project, but I persevered through. How did I get there? How was I successful at the end? And then you're able to use that as a tool, use those strategies across the board to grow as a learner. School life looks different for everybody, so you're balancing a lot. But this is your time to reflect on school life and where you are in this community and how you can take on new roles and become the best learner and student that you can be. So Calvin is going to be my advisee. Thank you, Ms. Messer. And would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Today I'll be playing the role of Mrs. Maxwell. And just a word on reflection. So reflection is a really great opportunity now for you guys to learn about yourselves. Introspection is a very powerful tool, but it's also a really good skill to develop because you'll need it later too. I am in grad school right now. I go to classes at night, and in order to get into grad school, I had to write a personal statement and apply to get in. That personal statement was pretty much 2 pages of me reflecting on why I'm a teacher, why education is important, and what I want further education for me to do to my practice, guide me in my practice as an educator. So that was a lot of reflection that I had to do there. And then I also, over winter break, was helping my dad, who works at GSK, apply to a new position within the company. And to do that, he had to write a cover letter. And he's a data scientist, so numbers are his thing. Logic is his thing. But the written word isn't his strongest suit. So I was helping him out with his cover letter. And in doing that cover letter, he had to reflect on his management style, how he approaches data. He kept talking about data as an asset, and he had to reflect on what that means and why it's important and how it applies to this position. So those are just a couple of examples of when reflection is not only an important learning process, but also a skill for you guys to develop. And
I just wanted to add that what you're about to watch with Calvin, this is about 3 or 4 sessions worth of work that Calvin and I have had. And my advisees right now are collecting work samples. So I recommend that you start now with selecting work, kind of creating a mini portfolio for yourself. And your advisors should have these folders for you. So I recommend you getting a jump on that instead of waiting to the end to try to figure out if you can collect work that might be a part of your showcase. But Calvin and I worked together about three or four times, and we built upon this product every time, and it takes a lot of work. So don't expect to, after one maybe session with your advisor, to be done. Okay, this is going to be a work in progress. So Calvin, I want to thank you for your time working with me, and he put a time in at home as well, which is awesome.
Without further ado, Calvin.
Thank you, Mr. Hamburg, for being my advisor and helping me prepare this. Thank you, Mom, for being here and supporting me. Okay, so this is an overview of where I feel I am as a learner with study skills, work habits, and behavior in class. We reflected on a scale that gave ourselves great, okay, or need to improve marks. I will read you the scale and explain why I gave myself that mark. Okay, so participates thoughtfully in classroom activities. I wrote okay because some days I just either really am involved or I'm just not. Prepares efficiently for assignments. I wrote okay. Organizes materials. I wrote great because I'm a type A and I need to be organized, and interacts appropriately with classmates. I wrote okay. Okay, so the skill that I picked as a strength is problem solving. I chose this skill because I find it very useful in class, also when I'm at home doing assignments. For example, when I don't understand a question in math, I use critical thinking skills and to analyze the situation, estimate, and create a plan on working through it. I have found that it is a strength of mine, and I value it very much. In class, this looks like the following. I search for clues or things in a question that I might already know about. In other words, I tap into my prior knowledge, and I can transfer what I know about that to use in another assignment. In addition, problem-solving strategies are particularly helpful on new math skills or super challenging application problems. The problem-solving strategies help me start, and sometimes being stuck is the hardest part. Once I get going and gain momentum, I can use reasoning to estimate and solve problems. Next, problem-solving leads me to generating questions and strategies to seek clarification. I contribute to the class discussions and the overall environment. Another example is math. Another example in math is when my answer is incorrect. I have the ability to seek out simple changes and manipulate the equation to try a new solution. Lastly, in reading, I use context clues to make generalizations, and the context clues show me information as it pops out on the pages. These are